José Protasio Rizal Mercado y Alonso Realonda. That's quite a mouthful for a name, isn't it? But behind this long name lies a story of brilliance, courage, and an unyielding spirit. Born on June 19, 1861, in Calamba, Laguna, this little boy would grow up to be the Philippines' national hero, known simply as José Rizal. His birthplace, Calamba, was a picturesque town surrounded by lush greenery and scenic landscapes. Even as a child, Rizal showed remarkable intelligence. His curiosity knew no bounds, and he was always eager to learn new things. He excelled in his studies, impressing his teachers with his quick mind and thirst for knowledge. His academic prowess was evident from a very young age. Rizal's mother, Teodora Alonso, played a crucial role in his early education. She was a well-educated woman herself and recognized the importance of a good education. She was his first teacher, nurturing his love for learning and instilling in him strong moral values. Teodora's influence on Rizal was profound and lasting. Imagine young Rizal, sitting by his mother's side, learning to read and write, his imagination ignited by stories and poems. These moments were the foundation of his intellectual and moral development. Growing up in a well-off family, Rizal had access to books and a comfortable life. His family's affluence provided him with opportunities that many others did not have, but he also witnessed the injustices suffered by Filipinos under Spanish colonial rule. These experiences opened his eyes to the harsh realities of colonial oppression. These early experiences would shape his worldview and fuel his desire for change. The seeds of his revolutionary ideas were planted during these formative years. The seeds of reform were sown in the fertile ground of Rizal's young mind. His journey from a curious child to a national hero was just beginning, and it was rooted in these early experiences. Rizal's formal education began in Calamba and Binan, two towns that played a crucial role in his early development. But his pursuit of knowledge took him far beyond his hometown. He was a young boy with an insatiable curiosity, always eager to learn more about the world around him. He attended the prestigious Ateneo Municipal de Manila, where he excelled in his studies, particularly in languages and the arts. His time at Ateneo was marked by numerous academic achievements and a growing passion for literature and science. Imagine Rizal, a young man navigating the bustling hallways of Ateneo, his mind absorbing knowledge like a sponge. He was not just a student, he was a scholar in the making, always pushing the boundaries of his intellect. From Ateneo, Rizal moved on to the University of Santo Tomas, where he pursued medicine. His decision to study medicine was driven by a desire to help his fellow Filipinos and to understand the human body in greater depth. He continued to impress his professors with his intellect and dedication. Rizal was known for his relentless work ethic and his ability to grasp complex concepts quickly. But Rizal's education was not confined to the classroom. He was a keen observer of society, always taking notes and reflecting on what he saw around him. His experiences in Manila exposed him to the stark realities of Spanish colonialism. He saw the disparities and injustices that plagued his country, and these observations deeply affected him. Rizal witnessed firsthand the discrimination and oppression faced by Filipinos. These experiences were eye-opening and played a significant role in shaping his worldview. He saw how the colonial system stifled their potential and denied them basic rights. This realization ignited a fire within him, a burning desire to see his people free from the shackles of colonial rule. These experiences fueled his growing sense of nationalism and his determination to fight for the freedom of his people. Rizal's journey from a curious student to a national hero was just beginning, and his education played a pivotal role in shaping the man he would become. Driven by a thirst for knowledge and a desire to broaden his horizons, Rizal embarked on travels that would take him to different parts of the world. He journeyed to Europe, where he continued his studies in medicine and immersed himself in the continent's rich culture and intellectual life. Rizal's travels were not merely for leisure or academic pursuit. He saw them as opportunities to learn from other cultures, to observe different political systems, and to connect with fellow Filipinos abroad. He engaged in discussions about social reform and the future of the Philippines. Through his travels, Rizal gained a deeper understanding of the world and the forces that shaped it. He realized that the Philippines was not alone in its struggle against colonialism. He drew inspiration from the movements for freedom and enlightenment that were sweeping across Europe. In 1887, Rizal published his first novel, Noli Me Tangere, Touch Me Not, a scathing critique of Spanish colonial rule in the Philippines. The novel, written in Spanish, exposed the abuses of the friars and the corruption within the colonial government. Noli me tangere ignited a firestorm of controversy. The Spanish authorities were outraged by Rizal's audacity in exposing the ills of the colonial regime. The friars, who wielded considerable power in Philippine society, felt particularly threatened by the novel's depiction of their hypocrisy and greed. Despite attempts to ban the book, Noli me tangere circulated widely in the Philippines. It resonated deeply with Filipinos who had long suffered in silence. The novel awakened their national consciousness and fueled their desire for change. It was a call to action, a plea for freedom and justice. Section 5. Fanning the Flames of Change, El Filibusterismo. In 1891, Rizal published his second novel, El Filibusterismo, also known as The Reign of Greed, a powerful and provocative work that delved deep into the social and political issues of the time. This novel served as a sequel to his earlier work, Noli me tangere, continuing the story and expanding on its themes. This time Rizal's tone was darker, his message more revolutionary, reflecting the growing unrest and desire for change among the Filipino people. The novel explored the themes of revolution and the use of violence to achieve social change, challenging the status quo and questioning the legitimacy of the colonial government. El filibusterismo further angered the Spanish authorities, who saw it as a direct threat to their rule and a call to arms for the oppressed. The novel's radical ideas and bold criticisms made Rizal a marked man, viewed as a dangerous subversive by the colonial powers. Rizal's writings had made him a marked man, a symbol of resistance and defiance against colonial oppression. He was labeled a subversive, a danger to the colonial order, and his life was constantly under threat. Despite the risks, Rizal refused to be silenced. He continued to write and speak out, believing in the power of words to inspire and to ignite change. He believed in the power of words to inspire and to ignite change, using his pen as a weapon against injustice. While El Filibusterismo presented a more radical approach to achieving independence, Rizal remained a proponent of peaceful reform. He believed in the power of education and dialogue to bring about lasting change, advocating for a society built on knowledge and mutual understanding. His novels were not calls for bloodshed, but rather catalysts for critical thinking and social awakening, urging people to question and to seek justice through peaceful means. Rizal's legacy lives on, reminding us of the enduring power of literature to challenge, to provoke, and to inspire change. His novels were not calls for bloodshed, but rather catalysts for critical thinking and social awakening. Section 6. Exile and Resistance. Rizal's unwavering spirit. Facing persecution from the Spanish authorities, Rizal was forced into exile in Dapitan, a remote town in Mindanao. Despite being far from his family and loved ones, Rizal remained active in his pursuit of reform. He continued to write, study, and engage in community development projects. Rizal's exile did not dampen his spirit or his commitment to his people. He used his time in Dapitan to improve the lives of the local community. He established a school, a hospital, and a water system. He taught his students about agriculture, hygiene, and the importance of education. Even in exile, Rizal's influence continued to grow. He corresponded with intellectuals and reformers in the Philippines and abroad. His writings continued to circulate, inspiring Filipinos to fight for their rights and to dream of a free and independent nation. Section 7. Martyrdom and the Birth of a Nation. In 1896, the Philippine Revolution erupted, led by the Katipunan, a secret society fighting for independence. Although Rizal was not directly involved in the armed struggle, he was accused of inciting rebellion. He was arrested, tried for sedition, and sentenced to death. On December 30th, 1896, at the age of 35, Jose Rizal was executed by firing squad at Bagumbayan, now known as Luneta Park. His death shocked and outraged Filipinos. The man they had come to revere as a hero, a symbol of hope and inspiration, was gone. But Rizal's death did not extinguish the flames of revolution. Instead, it fanned them into an inferno. His martyrdom became a rallying cry for Filipinos, uniting them in their fight against Spanish rule. Rizal's sacrifice transformed him from a national hero into a martyr for freedom. Section 8. The Enduring Legacy of Rizal, a Beacon for the Philippines. Jose Rizal's legacy extends far beyond his untimely death. He is remembered as a brilliant writer, a gifted doctor, a passionate advocate for social justice, and above all, a true patriot who dedicated his life to the betterment of his country. Rizal's writings continue to inspire generations of Filipinos. His novels, essays, and letters offer timeless lessons on patriotism, integrity, and the pursuit of excellence. They serve as reminders of the importance of education, critical thinking, and civic engagement in building a just and equitable society. Rizal's life and works are an integral part of the Philippine educational system. His birthday and the anniversary of his death are commemorated as national holidays. Statues and monuments in his honor stand tall across the country, testaments to his enduring legacy. Section 9. Rizal's Relevance Today, a Timeless Hero. In today's Philippines, Jose Rizal's message of peace, unity, and love for one's country remains as relevant as ever. His life and works serve as a guidepost for Filipinos navigating the complexities of modern society. Rizal's emphasis on education as a key to progress resonates deeply in a country striving for economic development and social mobility. His call for critical thinking and civic engagement is a reminder of the importance of active citizenship in holding leaders accountable and shaping a better future. Jose Rizal's legacy is not confined to history books or monuments. It lives on in the hearts and minds of Filipinos who strive to embody his ideals of excellence, integrity, and love for country. He remains a timeless hero, a beacon of hope, and an inspiration for generations to come.